Hello everyone, and welcome back to Writing Tutorials. In today's video, we're tackling an important and often requested topic: how to write a request letter. Whether you're asking for a remote work arrangement, requesting financial support, or making any formal appeal, a well-structured request letter can be a powerful tool. Today, we're going to walk through an example letter that requests a remote work arrangement, and I'll explain each section step by step to help you make your own letter sound professional, clear, and persuasive. Alright, let's get started. Starting with your contact information. Every formal letter begins with your own contact information right at the top. This part includes your name, address, phone number, and email, all aligned to the left. You want the recipient to know exactly who's contacting them and how to get in touch with you. In our sample, we have Maria Gonzalez, living at 123 Main Street, Springfield, Illinois, 62701. She adds her phone number, 555-234-5678, and email maria.gonzalez@email.com. This layout gives the letter a clean and organized look and makes it easy for the reader to reach out if they have questions or need further clarification. Including your contact information like this also establishes that you're a professional and you're serious about the request. So, when you're writing your own letter, make sure to add your contact details at the top, so they're easy to find. Adding the date. After your contact information, leave a space and add the date. In our sample, the date is November 1st, 2024. Adding the date might seem like a small detail, but it's actually very important in formal letters. It provides a clear timeline, letting the recipient know exactly when the request was made. If they need to refer back to it later, they'll know precisely when the letter was sent, which can be helpful if your request has a deadline or if it's related to a specific period. So, in any formal letter, don't skip the date, include it right below your contact details. Adding the recipient's information. Next, we add the recipient's information. This includes the name, job title, and company address of the person you're writing to. In our example, Maria is writing to Ms. Susan Baker, the Human Resources Manager at Blue Horizon Consulting. So, she includes Ms. Baker's name and title, followed by the company address, 456 Elm Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60611. This section is important because it makes sure the letter gets to the right person and is addressed formally. If you know the recipient's title, like Human Resources Manager, include it. It adds a touch of respect and professionalism. However, if you're not sure, you can just use the company name and their main office address. The subject line, making your request clear. After the recipient's details, add a subject line. Think of it like a headline that tells the reader right away what this letter is about. In our sample, the subject is Request for Remote Work Arrangement. It's short and clear, letting Ms. Baker know exactly what Maria is requesting before she even starts reading the main content. A good subject line is specific and direct. Instead of something vague like request letter or assistance needed, make it more focused, something like request for financial aid extension or request for project deadline adjustment. This way, the recipient knows immediately what to expect from the letter. Greeting the recipient. Now let's get to the greeting. For a formal letter, start with Dear followed by the recipient's last name and a title like Ms. or Mr. In our sample, it's Dear Ms. Baker, since Maria is addressing Ms. Susan Baker. If you're not sure of the person's title or gender, you can use a general greeting like To whom it may concern. Keeping it respectful and polite goes a long way. Make sure to use the proper title, as it adds a touch of professionalism. The introduction, stating your purpose. The introduction is where you clearly state why you're writing. In our example, Maria starts by introducing herself briefly and stating her purpose. Here's what she says. I am writing to formally request the possibility of a remote work arrangement for my position as project coordinator with Blue Horizon Consulting. In just one sentence, Maria has communicated who she is and what she's asking for. This introduction is effective because it's clear, to the point, and lets the reader know the purpose of the letter right away. When writing your own letter, try to keep the introduction short and straightforward. Avoid unnecessary details at this stage, and get right to the main point. Providing background information. Now we move on to the background information, where you explain why you're making this request. Here, Maria briefly shares her reason for wanting to work remotely. Due to recent personal circumstances, I believe that a remote work setup would allow me to continue fulfilling my responsibilities effectively while maintaining a balanced work-life situation. This section is important because it gives the recipient context. A strong reason shows that you've put thought into this request and have a genuine need for it. Be honest and professional in explaining your circumstances, but avoid adding too much personal detail, just enough to make your case. Highlighting your qualifications and commitment. Next, highlight any qualifications or relevant details that support your request. Maria shares her past performance to show that she's dependable. Over the past year, I have demonstrated consistent productivity and a strong commitment to meeting project deadlines, both on-site and when working remotely during temporary circumstances. This part is where you show that you're trustworthy and capable. By sharing her strong track record, Maria is building a case for why she'd be successful with a remote work arrangement. If you're making a different type of request, this is the section where you can add supporting information, like relevant achievements or experiences that make your request reasonable. Offering a solution or showing flexibility. After highlighting her qualifications, Maria reassures her employer that she's willing to be flexible and ensure smooth collaboration. If approved, I am prepared to collaborate closely with my team to ensure seamless communication and project tracking. This line is great because it shows Maria isn't asking for something that will cause inconvenience, she's willing to work hard to make it work for both sides. If you're making a request that impacts others, showing a cooperative attitude and willingness to adapt will make your request stronger. Requesting a specific action and thanking the recipient. As we reach the end of the letter, it's time for the request and a polite thank you. Maria says, "Thank you very much for considering my request. Please let me know if there are any specific requirements or further steps to formalize this arrangement." This closing line is polite and keeps the tone positive. By thanking the recipient and inviting follow-up, Maria shows respect for the decision-making process. So, as you wrap up your own letter, be sure to thank the reader, express your appreciation, and encourage open communication. The closing and signature block. Finally, we have the closing and signature block. Maria signs off with "sincerely," followed by her signature, printed name, and contact information. Here's how it looks. This part is important because it makes the letter look professional and complete. Adding your job title reinforces your position and helps the reader remember who you are. And that's it. With this structure, you have a polished, professional request letter that makes a clear, respectful case for whatever you're asking. Remember, a well-organized request letter shows that you're considerate, responsible, and serious about your request. Thanks for tuning in to Writing Tutorials. See you next time.